Millions of young people log onto social networking sites on a daily basis, and it's changing the way that we make friends and communicate.
Without these social networking sites, we probably wouldn't know each other at all.
Yeah.
It would be really sad.
Before, to see a band, you'd have to go to the gig, you'd have to buy your way in, but now you can just sort of search them on MySpace.
Same with YouTube as well.
Yeah, same with YouTube, same with Facebook.
These sites are now so big a part of young people's lives that some adults are calling for them to be used in the classroom.
The schools have got to wake up and smell the coffee, really, and that means that we've got to think of meaningful tasks that children can do.
But there can also be downsides to this new method of communicating.
The front page was a photo of her. In the background was a gun, a picture, a word bang bang, and the words Paki.
But for better or worse, it seems that they're here to stay.
I use MySpace and Facebook literally every day.
Got my TV on there, you got my computer there, MySpace or MSN as well, just chatting to different people.
I would be probably on it now if I wasn't here.
First, we'll look at what these networking sites are all about, and then how they can be used in the classroom.
If you click on Flickr, it's going to take us to the search page.
Even though in many cases these social network sites are now part of young people's everyday lives, the older generation is frequently oblivious.
Do either of you use social networking sites? Yeah, I do.
I don't.
Can you tell me what a social networking site is?
No, I'm afraid I can't. Can you?
No, I don't.
No. I do play on my internet, but I haven't come across any of those.
I think social networking was really targeted toward the younger demographics, and in fact, if you take a look at the 15 to 24, something like 90% of the people in that demographic age group who are online have visited a social networking site in the last month.
15-year-old Will and 17-year-olds Joe, Ian and Jamie set up their band The Minpins a year ago.
I got MySpace.
We used it on like a friendship level, and then that's how we knew about it. And then once we started the band, and that's why we used the MySpace, just to develop the band and stuff. So
yeah, because everyone was doing it at the time, so it seemed like a good idea to.
Yeah, and because there was so much pressure, like surrounding the Arctic Monkeys and Lily Allen and artists like that.
And obviously the whole thing with MySpace taking off with bands and things.
Yeah. Before, to see a band, you'd have to go to the gig, you'd have to buy your way in, but now you can just sort of search them on MySpace.
Same with YouTube as well.
Yeah, same with YouTube, same with Facebook.
It's made everything so much smaller because we've got like people in like America, just random people who search like
search music.
Yeah.
Jamie is 15 years old and spends a lot of time on social networking sites. He chats to his friends on MSN and has met a lot of new people that are into MCing through websites like MySpace.
James, come on, it's time to come off the computer. Come on, please. Now, please.
Bobby, 2 minutes, Mum, 2.
I'm going to give you 3 seconds to get off that computer, okay? Since Jamie's been on these sites, it's been really difficult, like, grounding him. It's like sometimes I'd say to him, right, you're not allowed to go out, you're not allowed to have any friends in. And I know that he's on the computer talking to his friends. He's made loads of friends on this site. He has them come from a different part of London to rap with him. One day I came home, I opened the door, looked in my front room, and there were 15 boys MCing in my front room. One of the reasons that I have the computer in my front room is so I can keep an eye on it. With my other daughter, when we first got internet, it was a case where it was in her bedroom, and, you know, I was so unaware of what she was doing or who she was talking to. So now everything's in the open, in a big front room, so everyone can see, which I think is a good guide for parents anyway.
Mum, can I go to the studio, please?
Yeah, have you got your phone on you?
I've got it in my pocket.
Okay. And who are you meeting?
I'm going to meet my friend Charlie, Jake and Vanessa.
Okay, well, make sure you're back at 7. Okay, see you later. 7 o'clock. See you later.
Get the consistent flows, not make my buds flame for flop. No one to blame but myself, but making PA, that's my #1 aim.
Despite some concern over these sites, they are encouraging creativity in today's youth. But for others, it can simply be a way of boosting confidence in what can be awkward teenage years. Shanika, Charlotte, and Alice met on the blogging site LiveJournal. Finding they had similar taste in music, they kept in touch, even though they lived hours away from each other.
Get that. We met like 2005 through communities for Kaiser Chiefs, and we became really close friends with them.
And now we're quite tight as well.
Yeah, like this. And because I have trouble socialising like face to face, it sort of helped me boost my confidence and
the internet.
Yeah.
People struggle then to represent themselves, and they found ways of representing themselves through an online identity, through their blog, through their podcast, through their collections of photographs, through their peers and friendship groups.
It's really weird how it happened, but we're all really good friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Without these social networking sites, we probably wouldn't know each other at all.
Yeah.
It would be really sad.
I would probably still be a complete loner.
Geographical proximity doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter where you are or who you're next to. What it matters is who you're connected to. And that's how we build communities, absolutely.
Through social networking sites, people can come together over any interest, as shown by the success of flash mobbing, where hundreds of people gather in public places to simultaneously dance, sing, or just have a laugh.
We went to the Tate Modern the other week, we all put our headphones in and started dancing around, and everyone was like, why are they dancing? And it was really cool, it's fun. So you get to shock people. Absolutely amazing. Wasn't it a good experience?
Hell yeah.
It's insane, it's insane.
If you're not actually part of the flash mob, you don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, 100 people suddenly start behaving in a way that you didn't expect. And again, that illustrates the power of the internet to allow people to do things that they previously wouldn't have done before.
Of course, it's enormously seductive and it's very engaging. That's because we're social animals. That's how we are. It's absolutely how we are.
With this technology, you can meet so many new people, but are they all really your friends?
I just recently made a new MySpace about a week ago, and already I've got 74 friends or something like that. That's just in the last week. So that's how you know that people want to get to know each other more and just know lots of stuff about you.
People would add me, and I had like 1,000 friends, and I don't know 1,000 people. I really don't have 1,000 close friends.
So when you look at how people use a site like Facebook, a lot of it's to do with presentation of self. And so if you want to present yourself as a particularly popular person, then having 500 friends in Facebook terms is a very desirable thing. But when you look at who they actually interact with on a weekly or daily basis, it tends to be a much smaller network of people.
But how many of these so-called friends can you trust?
I'm very fussy about people that add me because recently there's been loads of people I don't even know, and I think there was like 2-3 paedophiles on it. I don't even know them and they just add me. I ask them where do you get them from, they say some random sites that I wouldn't even go on myself.
I don't like talking to just anybody. When I go out, it's different because you're out and you're face-to-face meeting people. Whereas on the internet, I do get really suspicious about people.
It's like simple stuff as well, like that. Like when you're on the road, don't talk to strangers. You wouldn't talk to a stranger on the internet.
Most young people I've talked to are very, very aware of these issues and are very careful about not giving out phone numbers, not giving out identifying information. But of course there are always a few children who, for whatever reason, do engage in these unsafe practices.
There are kids who are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, no, literally from the age of like 7, using these profiles, pretending that they're 14, 15, and they're putting up pictures, they're dressing themselves up, they're saying all these things. And even though they say you have to be 14 or over to use the to log in and join the network, just say you're 14 and you get the profile.
Young people have always behaved inappropriately, and I think Web 2 sites like Facebook and MySpace allow them to do the things that previous generations would have done as well. The only difference being that they have a much, much wider potential audience.
Just as your audience can become wider, so can the consequences of your actions. some young people are finding that cyberbullying can be a more intense kind of bullying.
With bullying on the internet, it's kind of different because someone might be bullying you on MSN or whatever, but they might have a different ID, so they can say they're this person, but it might not be this person that they're saying.
In the last couple of years, I think the whole e-safety agenda has come so much more to the forefront that schools are now aware that they really need to watch out for particularly cyberbullying and internet grooming.
I think bullying's on the rise on the internet because, like, you could say one day someone would have a fight in class, someone records it, the other person's getting beaten up, then straight away, like next day or whatever, it will be whacked up on the internet, maybe YouTube, maybe on MySpace. Then other people will start watching the videos. It's just where it goes, because people want to be, like, they just want to record stuff and make some people feel bad.
And I think it's important again to note that the levels and the prevalence of cyberbullying, although obviously it's a high-profile issue which has caught the attraction of the media and parents and teachers, doesn't tend to be at any kind of higher levels than bullying offline. And again, often the research findings suggest that if you want to tackle cyberbullying, you need to tackle offline bullying.
One family has been subject to both kinds of bullying. Things got so bad that they've asked for their identities to be concealed.
It all came to light when she was at home and she was on the internet and the Bebo website came up and the front page was a photo of her. In the background was a gun, a picture, a word bang bang and the words Paki. And there was 22 comments from 22 different pupils, all from her school, some of it very violent, most of it very racist, all threatening her not to come back to school.
She changed completely after that, from like an outgoing girl to someone that was sitting in a bedroom all the time, and then she started saying to me, "Mum, can I change my name? I don't like my name.
I wish I was white.
I wish I was white. Don't tell people that my dad's Indian."
The website was taken down, but the bullying got worse.
I was walking up the road and a girl pulled my hair from behind and basically dragged me down to the floor.
A month or so after it happened, we had youths around trying to kick the front door through. I was absolutely petrified.
The good thing I think about it though is that access to that conversation that all those children were having and picking on our daughter, at least the adults got to see that conversation.
With most of this cyberbullying happening outside of the school gates, how should the school deal with it? Is it their responsibility?
Well, the school actually said the website was nothing to do with them. But I said to them, well, they're threatened that if she does come back into school, that she's going to be killed, she's going to be beat up. So it is your problem because my daughter can't come back to school. But that was it.
And no one got excluded.
No one got excluded. No, they didn't ask us to come in for a meeting. They just didn't seem interested at all.
Probably because I couldn't be bothered to deal with it.
I feel like the education have failed my daughter. I just think a lot more could have been done to help her.
The government has recently introduced new guidelines on cyberbullying. Securus, who provide e-safety software for schools, are helping to develop them.
Well, we have libraries of keywords and phrases. Bullying, racism are two of our libraries, pornography, grooming type phrases. We're providing the tool for teachers and for the e-safety. There really ought to be an e-safety nominated member of staff.
So it's not that anything different's taking